let's get cooking. I am so excited to share the Deluxe cooking blender with you guys tonight. If you have this, let me know in the comments and let me know what you love using it for. The very first thing that I used it for was peanut butter. And I believe this appliance came out in the fall of 2019, and I have not bought peanut butter since. I make my own, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. This is a cooking blender. So it does your typical things that blenders do, like smoothies, okay? It also makes alternative milks. I made almond milk just yesterday with it. And then I take the pulp from the almond, because you're going to get with this this mesh straining bag. So when you strain your milk through that, you get the pulp left, and then I dry it out in the oven and put it back in here. And so now I have a bag of almond flour that is in my freezer all the time. And then you can do your nut butters. Then you get to do the fun things. Oh, and hummus. That's right. I have hummus in the fridge right now too. I haven't bought hummus. I make my own. Then you get to do the fun things like cooking. So I have also not bought jam. I make my own jam, usually strawberry, and a lot of it I just put in little containers, and then I've got them in the freezer and pull them out when we need them. You can do a hidden veggie marinara sauce that's super yummy. Let's see, all kinds of soups. There's sauces. Oh, this makes a divine hot cocoa. This comes with a cooking guide that will give you so many recipes, so many recipes. There's even like this roasted red pepper hummus. It's so good. But our electric appliances are 60% off for our hosts in April. And not one, but they can earn two with a certain level of sales, which is so amazing. So included in that is our Deluxe cooking blender. Oh, and it cleans itself. I hope to be able to show you that tonight. But I have a couple things that I want to do. So let's get started with our peanuts. And I honestly, the best kind that I love to use are the Aldi Honey Roasted, my favorite. So what else is on the electric sale for our host? The Deluxe multi-cooker, the Deluxe air fryer, the Deluxe electric grill and griddle, and the Deluxe stand mixer, all the Deluxe things. So now when you're using peanuts, you do not add anything else. I've made almond butter, and you guys, the cooking guide tells you everything to do. With the almond butter, you do add, or with the almonds, you do add a little bit of oil, but it's all in there. So the other thing besides your mesh straining bag that comes with your blender is the tamper. You do need to use this with your nuts. Now this is going to take about a couple minutes, so you'll have to bear through the noise. I just go ahead and take this off because I'm going to get ready to push those nuts down into the blades. recipe that I'm doing is an oldie but goodie. It's called quinoa bites. That's what we call it. I think that was all that was to it. And so, I'm going to show you in a minute here. I've already gotten the other ingredients ready. So in here we have 2 cups of old-fashioned oats, 2/3 cup of coconut. I use unsweetened. Then earlier today you saw my skillet with the quinoa. Now quinoa is a plant protein. It's really high in fiber as well. So these bites they're energy bites basically, but they are good for you. So I already have that already measured in my batter bowl. And then we're gonna do, you guys know these measure all cups, how they measure your dries and your liquids, and you need these when you're working with peanut butter and honey. And I'm gonna show you honey in a minute. I typically will combine my peanut butter and honey in our silicone prep bowls. If my peanut butter is not freshly made and it's been in the fridge, I will actually warm up the peanut butter and the honey in the microwave just a tad bit to make it easier to stir and incorporate. So we're going to first measure out our 3/4 cup, and then I just use ball jars to store the rest of my peanut butter. Look at this just pouring out. It is so good. And I'll get the rest in here. Now, did you guys see, if you're watching this live and the beginning of April, we have an outlet. The outlet has been updated, and this little scoop and spread, get it. It is so nice to clean out things, but it's also really like for making your peanut butter and your jelly sandwiches. It even has a serrated side to it here, so you can cut your sandwich, all the things that you need for a good PB&J. Now, I am not going to clean this out super well because we're going to make something else. But I don't know if you guys can see those blades in there. They are not sharp. They are actually blunt, and that actually pulverizes your food. So if you're putting raw veggies in here for that hidden veggie marinara sauce, it is pulverizing them. It is cooking them, blending them, pureeing your sauce. It does an excellent job. So I'm going to leave that just like that for right now. My cabinets there. Okay. And my counter is going to be a mess between peanut butter and honey. It's crazy. You do not need to be a perfect cook, that is for sure. Okay, so we're gonna this is what's so nice about this. We just can push that in. Oh my gosh, look at that. I am a mess. Woo! It's pretty bad. Okay, then I do have the honey pre-measured, 1/3 cup. And I'm just going to stir this. If I feel it needs a little bit of, let's see. I think once you've been making these for so long, you know if you need to microwave it just a tad. But I think we'll be okay. So, well, yeah. I think I'm going to do it for like 15 seconds. Just feeling like I should. Well, okay. So let's stir up all of this. And then I can pour in this mixture. This is only 5 ingredients. Or 6, maybe 6. because I've got 3 in there, I'm adding 2, and then we have to have our chocolate chips. So yeah, 6 ingredients. And we're just gonna stir this up. I add the chocolate chips in at the end and give them a stir. So let me know if this is something that you would eat. These are about 140 calories per bite. So you can determine if you're just needing a little snack, maybe you just do 1 or 2. But if you're needing like a meal replacement or just some extra calories, then you'll do 3. And that's what we do sometimes. Of course, my son is always doing 3, but I just kind of go on what I'm needing. Okay, so we got it all mixed up, and then I will add the mini chocolate chips. Get those stirred in there. And you know what? I was doing a 21 days of prayer and fasting, and I was fasting chocolate, which was really hard. And I made these without the chocolate chips, and they were good. They were good. So if you want to keep out the chocolate, that's just an added thing. It's not going to mess up your recipe at all. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So what I do next is, and yeah, we're going to use our medium cookie scoop. I use our cookie sheet with our reversible silicone baking mat. And this is where I'm going to just, I'm not going to do them all right now because I want to show you something else, but I'll do a couple. And sometimes if you feel like they're not sticking together, just kind of mix them up a little bit more. That first one wasn't the best, but what I'll do is I'll put this tray in my freezer for a little bit so you can see what they're looking like. I'll put it in the freezer for a little bit so they get kind of hard and firmed up, and then it takes 2 of my cut and store containers. Do you guys remember these? I sliced strawberries on them. I'll be able to fill 2 of these full, and I store them in the refrigerator. So those are quinoa bites. So if you will, I just wanted to go ahead and show you how I mix these up. The sweet potato brownies. Okay, I made these. I didn't demonstrate them, but I made them in my customer group a little while ago, and it's 4 ingredients: sweet potato, cocoa powder, peanut butter, and maple syrup. But this time I'm going to try honey because I had somebody who wanted me to try honey. And then you bake them, and what I found that I liked is I'm going to bake them in our brownie pan. All right, our new brownie pan. I'm going to bake them in here, and then I'll wrap them individually, and I like to put them in the freezer because they are a little more gooey, and so they just come out of the freezer so nicely. So that's about a cup of sweet potato, and it was a really large sweet potato is what I did. So we've got to get a half a cup. This is why I like these. If I can see. Oh, I got to get to the dry side. I knew that didn't look right. Okay. I was like, that's too much. There is a difference between measuring dry and measuring liquids. If you didn't know, there really is. So I'm going to pull out my scoop and spread again. We'll do a half a cup. of our peanut butter. And so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just using my blender to mix everything up, okay? So it's really, really nice. Let's just continue to use this one. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of our honey. Buy your local honey. And our last thing is going to be the cocoa powder. Aren't you glad you don't have to clean up this kitchen? Ooh, it's a mess tonight. Okay, let's put on our lid. I'm going to pulse it. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to scrape down the sides. We're almost there. It's looking good. Smelling good. These brownies were actually pretty decent, and it's a nice, healthy snack. There it goes. And that right there tells me it's about done. Okay, so I am using on this the extra large scoop. Let me show you. I'm gonna get these in here. I forget if it did about 4 or 6. Because I'm thinking you guys might want to see it clean itself. Or you might be getting tired of it. And now we got to get it all cleaned out. I'm going to try to do this quickly for you guys. So I might be estimating on these last 2. They won't be as pretty, but you got to work around those blades. I will put both of these recipes in the comments along with the products that we used. If this blender or any of those appliances is like calling your name, you need to get on my calendar. I'm into the last week of April, you guys. So I really want to make sure that we get these appliances in your hands. Can't wait for you guys to see how this cleans. I like to get every last little bit. I do not like to waste. Okay. And what I will probably do is add a few of my yummy dark chocolate chips onto the top of these. after we get done. So what I'm gonna go do is just real quick, give it a rinse, fill it with water, stick with me. Using my kitchen brush, I don't know if you guys can see that. I fill it up to about the 3-cup line, which I'm there. And we're gonna put in 2 drops of dish soap. And it has, oh goodness, it has a heated wash cycle. And you guys can't see this, but it says 140 on there. And that is because with any of our heat settings, they are preset to a temperature. So it is going to climb up to 140 and then clean itself. So it takes about 5 minutes. I won't keep you on here for that whole time, but that's how I know it's getting clean. It's getting up to 140 degrees. When you make jam, you're gonna see that it says 212 because it's getting up to 212 degrees. So this is our amazing Deluxe cooking blender. I hope you've enjoyed these recipes and